Mia, and today I'm going to look at the issue of worrying what people think of us. And I know I do a lot, not as much as I used to, because I guess I feel that there are people who think more positively of me now than they used to, and that has given me more confidence. But I think a lot of us worry what people think of us, and I think the main reason that is because I think society tells us a lot about. Um, I think society tells us we should worry about what people think of us, and they right from being children, we're taught that, oh, you should do this or you should do that, and if you don't, um, then that's wrong. So I think a lot of people do, that does make people worry what people think of them, and I think, I think they do, sort of, and I think sort of this, they become conditioned to that, and I know I did, and I used, because I'm not anyone who knows me will know that I'm not someone who fits into the mainstream at all, and I think that that has made me pretty unpopular uh, in a lot of circles, uh, which has led to self-esteem issues, and yeah, I think, but I think a lot of people sort of experience this feeling that um, there's that people don't think of them, uh, that people think of them in a negative light, and or they don't think that much of them, and sadly quite often that is a valid concern, because people might think those things, but I think as I've begun to as, to associate with more supportive people, I'm learning that uh, it doesn't matter so much what people think, and I guess I'm also learning that the mainstream isn't always right, because I think before I was going on more mainstream opinion, and I think, as I say, I'm not a mainstream person, so in that I don't, uh, I'm sort of very much my own person, although even if I do worry what others about what others think, I am very different to the crowd, and I know that I know that's sort of, yeah, I know there's nothing wrong with that. Although I do still wonder at time worry at times, I do still wonder what people might think, but like if they know the real me. But yeah, I think that it's but yeah, I think I have learned over the years that it doesn't matter so much what what people think, but I'm still, um, I still sort of forget that at times. But um, I think sort of I I think sort of, it if you do worry about what people think, I think maybe see if you can associate with more like-minded people. And I'm not saying don't. I mean, sometimes our friends are people who sort of are very different to us, or our family, or people we're close to, and that. But I found. I mean, I get. I mean, I associate with people online a lot of, mainly who do share a lot of my values. Um, and I think I've often worried about what people think about my opinions and values as well, because again, a lot of my beliefs um, are not mainstream, and groups, even within groups that sort of uh, are where the values are different to the mainstream, I even have different views from them as well. So, in at times, although um, there are groups in which in which I sort of agree with on quite a few issues as well. But I think yeah, I will say that I am pretty apprehensive about starting the vlog, because again, I guess I'm concerned about how I'll come across, um, and because I know that I can come across as pretty I think I can come across as quite sort of um, well, I sort of don't sort of although I can be diplomatic, I don't sort of I am very well, I say I can be diplomatic. I mean, I am where at all possible, but I can be a very opinionated person at times, and I think that can make a few people. Uh, it can. I think it sort of can come across as a bit overpowering at times. Although it's just that there are things that I feel very strongly about. Um, but I do sometimes worry that that might turn a few people um, off the messages I want to convey. Um, I mean, yeah, I think sort of that is an issue. So again, that is an example of me worrying what people think. Um, and I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I think a lot of the issues that I feel strongly about are pretty controversial. Again, and I think that might I think sort of that can uh, can make some people feel uneasy. Um, yeah. So yeah, it's I tend to come across as opinionated and maybe judgmental at times, but not because I want to. It's not because I sort of want to be overpowering and or anything like that. So if ever you feel that way, then I apologize in advance. But um, it's more about the fact that I feel very passionate about what it is I'm trying to say. Um, and yeah, I think sort of it's it's never. I know that I speak on Facebook or and I mean it. I do get into quite heated debates, but it's never meant to be personal or anything like that. But, and I mean, I do at times deal with people who who do get angry or do troll, and I like to think that I handle that uh, as well as I can, but yeah, I do still, I know that I do still, this is like, I suppose this video is an example of where I am concerned about what others think. Although, that said, if anyone else comes to me worrying about what others think of them, I'll probably be I think I probably would go a lot easier on them than I would myself. But I think sort of it is easier to be able to see that in others, I think, in that I've told people that I think they're being hard on themselves, whereas if the tables were turned, I would equally be hard on myself, and, well, like, I will be very hard on myself, but I'll tell others I think they're being hard on themselves. But I think that's probably just, I think we're taught to be hard on ourselves, I think. Because I think others are often, like, authority figures like parents, teachers, employers. I think a lot of people are hard on us, and I think they can make us feel bad if we can't conform to certain standards, and I think that is something that I'll do another video on. But yeah, I think though, I would say that try I know it's difficult, but try not to be too concerned about what others think, and try and seek support from those who you feel who are most like-minded, maybe, or not even like-minded, but just someone who's supportive. And I know that sometimes people can be supportive even if they're not so like-minded. But yeah, just talk to someone who you feel you can talk to, or yeah, someone who sort of is supportive. And I suppose if someone thinks negatively of you, well, yeah, if someone feels negatively of you, it's it says more about them. Um, yeah, and yeah, it's usually, yeah, it's often about them, and yeah, I think I'll stop here. I will say I'm not that happy with how I've done this video, because I think I've jumped around a bit, and I've sort of gone from one subject to another, maybe. But that is an example of me worrying what others will think. But I'm going to post this up anyway, and because I think I've made a few good points. So yeah, I'll stop now. Thanks for watching. Bye.